Hey everyone, Peter Barber, professional opera singer and music producer, back with another video for Maphra. This is Circle With Me by Spiritbox, a Maphra vocal cover. I'm not familiar with the original. This is super sick to watch and break down and talk about all the interesting ways that she uses distortion, talk about the clean singing, vocal colors, registration, all that nerdy stuff. Really enjoyed it. I'm really so captivated by this singer and just how collected the performance is and how good it all looks. It's very polished, very beautifully polished vocal covers of these songs. There's no question why she's blowing up right now. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and I'll see you after. Locked in.
Cut down the altar!
Oh, shit. Okay, it's going to be a long intro. So I do know Spiritbox. I don't know this song, at least so far. I love that this is the opposite to the last video I did for Maphra. The first one I did, which was the Doomed by Bring Me the Horizon, where she shows a much cleaner voice for a while before getting into the distortion in the chorus. And this one is just right out of the gate with full distortion here. Tough, dude.
Cut down the altar!
Yeah, that's what she's doing with her mouth here. Cut down the altar. So what that mouth shapes really influence a lot of the color you get when you're doing distortion or when you're not doing distortion. Just mouth shape has a lot to do with it. You typically, big open bright vowel like that, it's bright vowel because you get more of the high harmonic content in the sound and you shorten the length of the vocal tract, which contributes to those harmonics, the harmonics there. In that part of the frequency spectrum. And then if you do this or round your mouth, and that actually lengthens the vocal tract and does the opposite. So listen to how those two mouth shapes really influence the color of her vocalism here.
Cut down the altar!
Now she could go more extreme in both directions. She could go, it's more like cut down the altar, but you still hear that shift when she goes to altar.
Cut down the altar!
And it is called a vocal cover. So this is usually when you call something a vocal cover, you've taken the original backing track from somewhere and just done a vocal cover of it. But let's see. Maybe she says there's no, we got nothing on there. I was going to say, typically if you've made a cover, you've got a cover produced, you'd say instrumental by ... whoever produced it. So I guess that's what's going on here. That's typical for a vocal cover. Maybe she has a different arrangement. But anyway. And again, I don't recognize the original song, otherwise I could probably tell you pretty quickly. This would actually be an insane instrumental to produce because it's all very clearly live guitars and live drums. So for producing a cover, this would be like really going in on the instrumental for the cover.
Visionary, deepest fake, dirty gold, the colors change, hands are frozen, feel no pain, I just wanna hold the flame, negative feedback.
Oh, cool melody. And okay, so we get warm, sultry, soft Maphra voice here. It's like intentionally keeping it darker and much softer, no distortion whatsoever. It's a cool song. I assume she's following the melody of the original. It's got some cool like kind of jumps in there. She pops down to, did I just nail that? A flat 3 maybe?
Fake, dirty
This is a cool technique you can use. You kind of turn one vowel into two vowels if you have two notes to sing. What if we can get our lyrics up here? Gold instead of gold, gold, gold. It kind of helps you lock in that second note that would typically be two notes on one vowel. You've turned it into two notes on two vowels, which can just make it a little clearer. You don't always want to do that. I'm not going to get into all the times you wouldn't want to do that, but this is a good time to do that. Frozen. Okay, so down to an F sharp 3. Obviously, I'm singing it down the octave because I'm a bass. But it's effectively similar in our way. We both have low voices relative to other, like, male vocalists, female vocalists for her. So F sharp 3 for a female vocalist is quite low. But you hear her, she's got it. She phonates on it. Frozen. So it's just actually is it just a fifth drop? Yeah, she goes C sharp to F sharp. Okay, just checking.
Feel no pain. I just wanna hold the flame.
Hold the flame. That was another jump that I thought was kind of cool. I just wanna hold the flame. My tiny keyboard will be the death of me, everyone who's familiar with my channel. So that's B flat, B natural happening there, right there. And then she jumps up to F sharp to E flat. I just wanna hold that flame. So fifth up, that's why it feels, it's a fast fifth jump. That's why it feels like it kind of jumps out at us.
Colors change, hands are frozen, feel no pain. I just wanna hold the flame, negative feedback loop. I'm spinning out of control. This sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate. The fire is cold. There you go. This could all be yours.
This is all like, this is all in like low middle, which you just don't hear that often. Usually there's more up and down, despite we got some fifth jumps, which is relatively large for a vocal jump. Not crazy. You hear it. But otherwise, the song, it's just like sitting right in this low middle position for a voice. Now I'm interested who the lead singer of Spiritbox is. Oh, I should have wondered about that for Doomed as well. And if she's doing it in the original octave. She must. I mean, this feels like rock octave by a male lead singer. Where it is here. So let me know in the comment section. Because even I can sing that without much trouble, and I am not a rock tenor.
When I escalate, the fire is cold. There you go. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of my letter. Could all be yours if you echo words of pain. Trade a cup down the aisle. It could all be yours, but you're circling.
This song's sick. I really like this song. She had a really cool da, da, da. Okay, so that's right at the top of my. Yeah, that's really high for me. But for like a rock tenor, well, also a male voice, totally doable. Much more doable. I can phone it up there, but I don't like to. It should only be heard if I've had a lot of takes in the studio, or it's like a way in the background. I was not expecting to sing a high A flat live on camera. Anyway, so we'll see. That's a whole other conversation as to who is the original vocalist. But what Maphra does here is she has this cool flip up into head voice in a place where we know, based on previous viewings, that she can carry that chest voice higher. And just, I mean, I think I react the same way everyone does. Is like when we get a lot of clean singing and then she puts a little distortion in there. It's so exciting. It just spiders on the brain. You know what I mean? So sick. And then we want more of it. And then we're like waiting for the next time she does it. Yeah. Trying to cut down. Wait, she did this flip earlier though.
This could all be yours.
Murder. See, I should have just sung it like that. I had to go into it in chest voice. Okay, so we have murder. So up to B flat. We know she can sing a B flat in chest voice. There's no question. She sings up to like an E or an F above that in the Doomed cover. So this is well below where she needs to flip into her head voice, but she does, and it's a cool little artsy, tasteful thing. The A flat chest voice then flips up into head voice for the B flat. Yeah. Oh. Oh, interesting short chorus. I like. You know, I'm here for a short chorus. I think choruses sometimes drag on way too long. Just one little moment of distortion so far. She's really saving it for us.
Nothing sacred, nothing lost. When birds of prey invade my thoughts, they promise that we'll feel that pain. Not strong enough to hold the flame. Negative feedback.
So very similar vocal approach, right? Similar to verse 1, but we do get a few differences here. She's operating a little bit almost on that, almost like she wants to let her voice crack a little bit. Flip up into falsetto just for a second on occasion. We're getting more of that than we did in the first verse, for sure. There's also just more action. We had... Hold on. Drums are more active here in the second verse as well. A lot more action. See, like all that. Oh, I might have skipped a part, didn't I? I was like, this sounds new. Yeah. I'm spinning out of control. The sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know. It's all right. It's all right on that middle C sharp, which for her is in that middle low middle, which makes more sense in a verse. Anyway, right? This is not middle of the chorus where she's singing down there, but I'm just feeling like it was a male vocalist originally. And she has, I said this earlier, she has a relatively low voice for a female singer. Sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate the fire is cold. Heat. Even here she's flipping up. That's low to heat. Just on that F sharp. Like that's almost a full octave below where she really would absolutely have to flip into head voice. And even here, it's just she's got so much real estate in the middle of her range where she can use either chest or head register, which is brilliant. That's what you want to be as a singer. You want to be able to sing. And that's a way to really strengthen your mixed voice and strengthen both other registers as you're crossing over. But it's just, that's what that shows. That like that middle part of her voice, she can really do whatever she wants, basically. If there's no flip, it's a very weird place for me to do it, so I'm not gonna try. This could all be yours.
You echo words of pain, try to cut down the altar.
Ugh.
It could all be yours, what you say.
It gets so obviously we're getting more distortion in the second chorus, and then I like how she introduces more and more like word by word as the phrase goes on. Like she like grips deeper and deeper into that distorted sound. There's that distorted face. What up?
Would they go? This could all be yours. Feel the weight of the mighty.
Like it gets really distorted by like the very last syllable.
Could all be yours. Feel the weight of the mighty. It could all be yours if you echo words of pain. Try to cut down the altar.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's really actually cool to hear it in this context because what we heard a lot of in The Doomed was her going back and forth between the two. What we hear here is starting fully clean, and we get to watch and listen to the full transition into a very distorted sound. That's very, very cool.
It could all be yours if you echo words of pain. Try to cut down the altar. It could all be yours, what you say. The flame.
Wicked. Yeah, this would be a hell of a reproduction for the instrument.
The power of a dying sun.
Oh, shit.
I climb the altar and I claim my place as God.
Nice. Okay, so full distortion, and now we've actually gone even beyond pitch. So this is like how she was finishing those phrases in the chorus, where like the last syllable didn't have much pitch, right? It was more just distortion. And here we get into this very yelly, distorted quality. And then she does some more false fold stuff as well. Some heavier false fold distortion. God on God. Which is a whole different technique. So there's a number of techniques happening here. I'm no expert in this. Really not. You want to watch an expert talk about this? Go watch the fairy voice mother, Lolly Wren. She freaking rules. And of course, my dear friend Elizabeth on the charismatic voice. Top tier analyses for this kind of thing. But yeah, multiple techniques happening and full distortion here on this bridge.
With all the power of a dying sun, I climb the altar and I claim my place as God.
Yeah, listen how different God sounds than everything else.
The altar and I claim my place as God.
And watch the mouth too. I talked about this right in the beginning. Yeah. Oh. And then on the last note, she really rounds it off more, which over darkens it. It makes it darker and deeper sounding.
Climb the altar and I claim my place as God.
Circle with me. I have taken some harsh vocal lessons with the great Mark Garrett over at Cardavox Academy. It's been really fun because I'm trained as a professional opera singer, so that is all about perfect efficiency and technique and everything lined up and every vowel. It is such a deep rabbit hole. I'm sure Elizabeth talks about it some on her channel as well because she was an opera singer for many years. So it's been really fun to explore how differently one can sing. And I've been taking lessons with Mark to explore the false fold distortion, which we're hearing here. No chance on the subtitles. So come with me. Circle with me. Boom! Right here in the title. If Mason didn't give me shit for that already, I'm sure he will. Mason's my editor. In my defense, it is often difficult to hear what is being said when vocals are heavily distorted in the false fold. Like if you listen to proper like deathcore, like a Lorna Shore or a group like that, unless you're very, very used to it, which I am not, it's really hard to tell what they're saying. This is much more clear than it can be. May. Circle with May. And then the last May is a little bit brighter. Oh man, straight back into like really clean. And then back into that progression of distortion. Crazy. Yeah, dude. So again, just a little bit, giving us a little more distortion on this last chorus. Not a ton more than the second chorus, but a little. She's getting to the heavier distortion a little faster in those transition periods. Oh, sheesh, dude. She goes, ah. She goes from distortion into falsetto, into clean chest voice. Distorted chest voice, falsetto, or head voice, back into clean chest voice. That was something in the Doomed cover too. She did a couple things that I just hadn't heard someone do. Like she went from a really high head voice clean into a really distorted really high chest voice right next to it. So that is something unique, really, I think unique to Maphra. I just haven't heard many people do. Not that people can't do it. If you watch someone like Lolly Wren, the fairy voice mother, she can demonstrate all of this. It's really amazing to watch. It's really, there are very few reaction analysis videos I will watch because I find that I'm there for, I want to get value. I want to learn something when I watch that kind of video. So charismatic voice, the fairy voice mother, absolutely good. Big Brev has started doing them. He's brilliant, knows so much about this stuff. But if I want to watch like a Maphra analysis, I'm going to my girl Lolly over at the fairy voice mother because she can demonstrate all of it. It's really amazing. So people can't do it, but I haven't heard it in like super well-known, professionally recorded music. This like dance of techniques, a dance of distortions back to back is really cool. Try. What is she? That's actually hard to. That's so distorted. I want to get the pitch. Yeah, it's hard. It's like very. It's so distorted. The pitch is hard to tell. Okay, well, where the bass is there. Bass is on an E. Straight up. It has to be higher than that. I don't know. What? That's a high C sharp. Okay, we got maybe it was where I was at earlier. It just sounded like more intense and higher. But that's a tenor high C sharp there on this very heavily distorted belt she just did. So B, high B to A flat. Okay, we'll lock that in for that one. Yeah, high C sharp. Okay, high C sharp for this huge one here. Sick. Riffing and distortion. B natural, B flat, A flat in distortion. There's like just enough tone in that distortion where you can tell that's the motif she's going for. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen her make a facial expression until we got her frowning. We got her stank facing a little bit in this song. And then this, like, the end of this chorus is just full on distortion. It's similar to the approach for the other one where, if memory serves, it was a little while ago, where she really more and more distortion until the last bit of the song. It's really just like all distortion. This could is still clean, actually. So she's still not going full reckless on distortion. She's a smart singer, this one. She knows what's going on. Clean. Yeah, sick, dude. Awesome. Okay. Video number 2 for Maphra. Really enjoying this. Gonna keep learning more about distortion. I'm gonna keep exploring it myself. I would love to be able to do all of this kind of stuff, which is so, I can't express to you how foreign it is, coming from a background in very strict classical training. But it's very exciting and interesting, and I am learning slowly but surely. I'm learning more and being able to do more with it. So I hope you enjoyed, hope you gained appreciation for this artist, and leave recommendations below. I'll see you in the next Maphra video. Peace.